heaviest overnight moves.
Light off.
Let's go. Oi. Oi. Ow. You speed me. Oi. This is a good rock.
Go far.
I'm gonna jump on you.
Don't do it. I'm kind of leaning downhill.
Ah!
And still nothing. But that's got to be in the water.
We can't even hit the water from here.
Actually, Yeah, I don't think it's hitting because I didn't even see any ripples.
Today's video is brought to you by Storyblocks. Download and use high-quality images, video footage, sound effects, music, templates, and much more. Their affordable subscription allows you to create more with unlimited downloads from their massive library of over 1 million royalty-free assets. For us filmmakers, Storyblocks adds like an entire collection of video clips just ready to be dropped into your project. And the more you browse the catalog, the more ideas you get on how to use them. So visit storyblocks.com/CraigAdams or click on the link in the description down below to check them out. Storyblocks has my back, and one of the best ways to support me is to support my sponsors. So thank you, Storyblocks. Okay, welcome back. Reflection Canyon is located in southern Utah, south of the town of Escalante. It's a 20-mile hike that we did overnight, and it is isolated. It was a desert hike, really hot. My brother was driving his Honda Fit, and it's definitely not an all-terrain vehicle. So we actually had to rent a Jeep with off-road four-wheel drive capabilities, and then start in Escalante and make the 3.5-hour drive along this ridge all the way to the trailhead, which is located just on the tip of this right here. The route took forever and it was very bumpy. A lot of off-road switches over little gullies and, big rocks. We absolutely would not have made it with his Honda Fit, so it was a good thing we rented the Jeep. We arrived at the parking area for the trail and set off on foot in the sunlight. It was pretty hot. We brought a lot of water because we did not anticipate any water refills, and then pretty much just followed along this side of the canyon all the way across a couple gullies, and the trail was there. You could see where you were supposed to hike, but as always, download and offload map a trail on all trails so that you know where you're going. And then GPS is always going to tell you where you are, so you can just keep on the line with your bubble. The trail was pretty straightforward until you get to this point right here. Everything before had some kind of dirt and you could see the trail, but past this point there's a lot of rock, bare rock, white rock, and just dryness. It's going to be hard to see a trail, so you'll find a lot of cairns, which are stacked by other hikers, just a pile of rocks to show the way. And this part was kind of fun. It's like running up and down really smooth rock faces, finding the best way across. You can kind of get lost a little bit, so make sure to follow your All Trails map, but eventually you'll come up to this hill and you won't see it until the last second. The Reflection Canyon, the glen here, the water's very still because it's a reservoir. It's so meandering. These hills like pop out. The rock is really white near the water and then different colors and stratified. It really is a beautiful and unique area. We actually camped somewhere around here with our tents because we found that that was the best view of this whole area right here. But you can go all the way up onto this area and see more over here and get a completely different view. It's kind of hard to tell with this, but it was almost near impossible to get to any water. These canyon walls are very steep, and the perspective just isn't showing right here. These are massive and very smooth and sharp and there was just no way to get water. We looked all around this area, so we were, you know, it was smart that we brought, what, 4 or 5 liters each. We didn't use it all, but you don't want to be caught out this isolated with no water. We didn't show it too much in the film, but you actually get great views of Navajo Mountain right here. All of this land on the other side of this reservoir is actually Navajo land, and different from the federal land. I believe this is a national monument. Glen Canyon Recreation Area, national monument. So no drones. I wish I could fly a drone here, but it's illegal without a permit. Our first day, we did a total of 8.5 miles, and it took us about 3 hours to do this stretch all the way to Reflection Canyon. We were definitely booking it. We didn't take any food breaks, just occasional grab a shot breaks and water breaks. And there's barely anyone out here, no cell service and no water for when we did it. So you want to make sure that you are prepared with water, you have some kind of beacon, people know where you are, you have a schedule and itinerary. And we actually got lucky with the shade. So the sun was behind this ridge and we had shade for a good portion of this. And then our day out was actually overcast, so the temperature was not an issue. We had plenty of water, so we were definitely lucky with this. We actually showed up to this canyon just a little late. If we were there 30 minutes earlier, the sunlight would have still been hitting this water, which is what you want. So the shade was all the way up to here. And then by the time we got to the top here to take more shots, all of this was completely in shadow. But the next morning we had some cloud cover, and the sun rising over here gave a lot of color, red, orange, yellow to the clouds for the sunrise. We took our time getting up and getting sunrise shots and wandering around this area a little bit, but eventually we made our way back the 8.5 miles back to the car. And I think it took us only about 2.5 hours. We were going even quicker and stopping to record fewer shots, fewer water breaks. You know, we had already seen all of this, so we were just booking it to get back. Even though going back there was some kind of elevation gain, just over 1,000 feet gained, which isn't too bad. So it was pretty flat for most of the hike. Once we got back to the car, there were a couple others in the parking lot. Other than that, we didn't see anybody. It was a very isolated hike. We made the long 4-wheel drive back all the way to Escalante and then had some tacos at this awesome taco stand you should check out. The hiking footage was recorded on a Panasonic Lumix S5 full frame camera with a 20 to 60 millimeter lens. And for audio, I was recording with the Rode VideoMic NTG USB. It's just a shotgun that goes on top with a dead cat to block out the wind. And I edited all of the video on a brand new 2020 M1 MacBook Air. And I actually did a live broadcast on Twitch while I was editing the video in Final Cut X. It was really fun. A bunch of people actually gave me really helpful suggestions while I was editing, picking music, picking shots, you know, where things could be. So that was really fun. So go to twitch.tv/CraigAdams if you want to check out future broadcasts or go back and rewatch that one. But of course, thank you for watching. It's so awesome that I just get to go on these hikes and travel around and then share these experiences on YouTube with you. It means the world that you're watching and following me along on this journey. So until next time, thank you.